Go, baby! Go, honey! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Yeah!
Hey, Autumn Athletes, Larry Sorensen here, and today I'm going to connect with Francois Christian Boda and find out what makes him an Autumn Athlete that's not done yet. Remember, if you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and ding that bell for notifications. All right, let's kick this thing off. Francois, thanks so much for joining us today. Why don't you start us off with an introduction?
Yes, so my name is Francois Christian Boda. So I was born in Mauritius. So I came to the US in 1988. So I'm married. I have my wife is Elaine, and I have two daughters, Ashton and Michaela. So I work in corporate business for 15 years, and in 2008 I retired to become a master's athlete. So which I had no idea before until I say, oh, those guys are pretty good. Let me try if I can measure to them.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that Masters track and field in just a little bit. But you did some pretty remarkable stuff back when you were younger. So tell us a little bit about some of the athletics you were involved with when you were younger.
Yes, in my teens, I was a soccer player. So I played soccer, and then my coach found out that I was pretty fast, told me to give it a shot to run track. So I decided at age 20 to take on track. And pretty quickly, I became fast enough that I got on the national team. I ran for Mauritius from age 21 to age 29. So for that time, I was also the captain of the national team for a while. So which was exciting. So I represented Mauritius at the World Championship, at many meets in Asia, Africa, and all this. And so I really enjoyed running for them. And then I retired at that 29 because I got married, and then I moved to the US at that point.
And what events did you run back then?
So for Mauritius, I run just like I'm running the Masters, I run the 100, the 200, and the 400. So when I started running the 400, I was running 55, and then with good coaching, I went down to 46, and in relays, I was running 45. And same thing on the 200, started at 25, 26, and ended up in 20s when I was running in my between 20 and 29. And so I really enjoyed it, a lot of training, but then I stopped after that.
So before we continue on with athletics, because I'm just curious, Mauritius, tell us a little, I've never heard of the country. Tell us just a little bit about it.
Oh, thank you for asking that, because, as you saw, the shirt I have also has the flag on it. Yeah, so Mauritius is a small island in the Indian Ocean. It's about 1 million people. Very, very educated. I mean, almost everybody over there is educated. And it's because healthcare and education are free. So everybody gets free healthcare and get free education. So, but when I came to the US, I can tell you that my first year in college, I barely had to study, because in high school over there, the level is like college in the US. So I was very proud of the education I got there, because I had no problem to graduate college and grad school, because my background was so strong back home. And so Mauritius is a highly developed country, small country, but they emphasize on education, which was a good thing, which made people be able to export themselves.
Have you had a chance to go back much since you came to the US?
Not as often as I want to, and because I dearly love the island. But, once I came to the US, I tried to integrate. I tried to make this my country. And so that's why I took the citizenship in 1998, because I felt I identified with the country. And the country has been good to me, and allowed me to have a great career in business, and also to moving into education. I was able to do that. So much love for my home country, but also much love for the US.
So you mentioned you had a little gap in your athletic history from when you were a young elite star until you got involved with Masters Athletics. So I guess the first question is, what got you involved with Masters Athletics?
Yeah, so what got me involved was that when during those time I was in business, I was working long hours. I didn't have time to really train. I tried to run a few Masters meet, and I was not very good because I was not training. But then when I got into education, my kids are on my soccer team, because I coach soccer there. They told me, Coach, I saw like in training, those young kids, they don't want really to give effort. I told them, hey, listen, if you give effort, I am going to start running again. They said, no, you're not going to do that. I said, no, I will. And so this is started like a banter back and forth. And then I said, I'm going to do this. And so fortunately, what I did was motivational enough that my kids started training harder, and we actually won a couple of state championships. So it was a good thing. It started more of a their thing, but it came out to be great for my soccer team, but came out to be great for me because I found out that I could still run.
Now, you had mentioned about, coaching really helped you when you were younger. Did you get any kind of coaching as a master's, or did you just rely on your own experience?
No, I coach myself. My wife is also my coach. So she's a PT, physical therapist. So she's taking care of all my training. So she pretty much, when I go to training, all I do, I run, or she map everything for me. And so she's my coach because she does everything else. Me, all I do, I just run. So, but we discuss a lot about what we want to do. And so she knows me better than anybody else. And so we have been able to map my master's career, the two of us, in regard to what I need to do. Because as you know, at my age, I cannot train 5 hours on the track and all that stuff. But I do what's best for me, and me and her, we have a good partnership that allows us to do that.
I just interviewed someone a short time ago, and she had talked a little bit about coaching her spouse and gave some tips and some ideas. And she mentioned a lot of masters athletes, their spouse is their coach.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips or anything that would help others that are thinking of, trying to find a coach, and really there's oh, I have nobody else but my spouse. How do you do that? What's the dynamic there?
Yes. That's a good question. So the way it works between us is that we discuss a lot in regard to what's best for my running. So there's not much discussion once we get to the track or we get to the field where I train, is because we prepare a month in advance what I want to do. And so there's no surprise every day arguing about, well, it's everything is planned. I prepare the program, then I run it by her, and then sometimes she tells me, no, this is, and so then we discuss why that wouldn't work. And then it's ironed out. So meaning it's always smooth. When I go to training, I never have to worry about anything, even for the next week, because I am someone that works best when everything is calm, when I don't have to overthink things. That's why when I go, I was saying, when I go to practice, I don't think. All I do is that I put my shoes and she just direct me what I need to do, because that way I can focus 100% on my performance, where she's taking care of the marking the track or the field and making sure she blows the whistle at the intervals that I need. So I don't worry about any of this. So I would say you need to make sure that you and your spouse are really on the same wavelength, but also have discussion prior to actually even doing the coaching. Because if there is conflicts or if there is tension, believe me, that would not work. That would not work.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, does she ever, try to, maybe I'll use the word, motivate you, if maybe you have an off performance or something like that, or does she just kind of say, you know what, he knows, and I don't need to say anything? How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, though, what I like is that she will tell me exactly how it is. Give you an example. When last week we ran in Iowa, I was trying to go for the record and I didn't get it. She didn't try to sugarcoat it. I say, Don, when we are planned for that, we didn't have, and I like that. I do not like being pampered or sugarcoated. So I like that with her, because she will tell me exactly if my performance was not good. I hear it, and I respect people that are honest and tell me exactly like it is, as compared to, oh, it's good, you can do it. No, it's not good. Whatever you wanted to do didn't happen. So let's be honest and let's work for the next time, as compared to oh, make me feel better. I don't like that.
So give us a little idea of what you do for training, maybe a typical week or a typical workout, and maybe some cross training, whatever you do off the track as well.
Yes. And I have so many of the masters athletes, every time when I go around, they ask me for how do I train? How do I do series of 300s, 400s, 500s? But that's not the way I train, because I have Achilles issue, I have calf issues, I have hip issues. So for me, going to the track, I spend about 10 or 15 minutes. That's all I do. But I spend hours and hours every day in my workout room, where I work on my fitness. I make my body healthy. And so then when I go to the track or I go to the park, my training of this is no more than 15 minutes, because I go there and give my best, because I do not run 50%. All my workouts are 100%. And so I when I go there to run, it's like I'm racing every time. So for me, I actually enjoy competing when I go to track meets. This is the easy part, because my training are so much harder because I spend about 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours in my workout room where I continue to work on my fitness. And then when I go to the track, like I told you, only 15 minutes. So every week, I would tell you from Monday to Sunday, except Friday, which I take a day off, I train my body about 3 hours a day and 15 minutes. But I actually only run 2 times a week.
So a lot of folks are going to listen to that and say, oh my goodness, well, I don't have 3 hours a day. How do
Yeah.
you fit that in?
Oh, that's where you have to be disciplined. Me, I wake up early in the morning. I get some of the workout in the morning, right? And so I go to work. And then when I come home in my workout room, I have a TV, I have a PlayStation, I have all that stuff. It's like a caveman. So when I get in there, I can't spend 2 or 3 hours in there because I have everything there. You know what I'm saying? So then I can work on my bike, I can work on the rower, I can work on all these different things. And I make it in a way that's fun to me when I'm spending those hours in their training. I don't feel it because my mind is also distracted by playing a game, watching videos of the IAF leagues and all this. So I continuously immerse myself into sports while I'm working out. So, but if I would just sit in my workout room and just work, that'd be boring. So I try to keep myself going. But yes, but you have, personally, I think that you have to really train your body because we are all now, we cannot go to the track and train forever, but you can train your body to be fit. And then once you push it on the track or on the field, it works. I have people that have asked me to do that type of workout. It doesn't work for them. And I totally understand that. So I would say everybody needs to find what works for them. But for me, personally, that's what works.
Okay, so when you get on the track and you're going 100% for your 15, 20 minutes or what have you, what are you doing? 50s,
Okay.
100s?
So,
what are you doing there?
So just to give you a basic example, like before I went to national, so I would work out in my workout room from Monday through Thursday-ish, and then Saturday and Sunday I would be on the track. And so what I will do then, I will run a 300-meter trial, and then I'll run a 150. But the fact is that I keep track of all my workouts. So from 2020 up to now, I have a spreadsheet of all my workouts. I know exactly what I did in 2020, what I did in 2021 on that day, and so on. And so then I can measure about how much have I fall off from one year to the next, and what workout did I do on that day as compared to now. So I have all this data, I have graph charts and all that stuff that I always keep myself knowing about exactly for this day what I am supposed to do. Now, does that mean I never change? Of course I do. If, for instance, I'm lacking on speed, and today what I was supposed to do like a 500, I would not do a 500. I would instead change my workout for that day and do a 250. So I do have some flexibility. Me and my wife, we discussed that. But the fact is that I use on historical data anytime I go to the track to see about how did it work in 2020, 21, 22, and what do and I have videos of all my workouts. So I videotape all my workouts. So I can just click on that videotape from 2020 and see exactly what I was doing on that day.
And then in the gym, it sounds like you do some cross training. You talked about rowing and things like that. So specifically with weight training, do you just kind of do overall body, or do you focus on, this is squat day or upper body chest day, or how do you do that?
Yes, I did not use weights at all. I use body weights. I use my body weight, except I use dumbbells just for the bicep. But everything else I do is my body weight. So I do a lot of push-up, I do a lot of sit-ups, and then I do a lot of stepper. I do on the stepper. Then I do a lot of the bike. I have three different type of bikes. One is the static one. It's like a cyclist. The other one is like someone I can just sit. That's why I play my video games. I can just sit on it and bike. And then I have other one that I can just stand on it and bike at the same time. So I have an elliptical. I use that as well. I have a rower. I use the rower for quite a bit. And then there is a lot of different like stomach work that I do to just keep myself fit. So I go, one of the cycles go about 1 hour and 10 minutes. And so usually I do a full station at first, 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then on that specific day, if I need to do more upper body, I focus more about the next 50 minutes on the upper body. But in the mornings, since I have only like 30 minutes, I do only like the harder one because I like to get the harder one out of the way so that in the afternoon I have a bit more fun when I'm tired from work. So in the morning, I will do the harder thing on the bike, the cyclist bike. I will do a lot of things on the treadmill when I will go maxed out. I always put my treadmill on maxed out, but I go like 5 minutes maxed out on my treadmill. And then sometimes I do the ladder, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when I'm in the off season, like right now in the off season, I will do something like this. So I do all the stuff that are the hardest in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I get more time to just kind of let my mind relax and work on things that are a little bit easier. And then at school, there's a nice weight room there. So I also go there sometimes to do like the free weights, the one that has you slide the weights in and you just lift. I do a lot of in the weight room. I do the stairs there and stuff like that. But most of my work is at home, though.
It's interesting because many of the, especially the sprinter athletes, have a lot of focus on heavy squatting, lunging, those types of things, and you're not.
No, not me. I tell you, Larry, and what works best for everybody, of course, is best for them. But for me, I found out training smarter has actually lengthened my career. Yeah. I never, and again, I respect people that want to do the heavyweights and all this, but I do believe as a master athlete, the most important thing is to take care of your body, is not to be a one-year wonder, but if you want to have a long career, you need to be smart in regard to how you treat that body year after year, because you could have a great year by, like you say, lifting a lot, pumping up and like being really strong. But then I think your body, you will pay the price going for in the years to come. Yeah. Whereas the way I've done things since I did that since 2008, it feels like it has worked for me because I feel all the time that I am in the game. I'm always have a shot because I think that my body is not worn out like it would have been.
Now, you did mention you are having a few issues, which even when you're in great shape, that still happens at this time of life. So yeah, what are those issues and what are you doing to work around them?
Yeah, so I have Achilles issue on both foot. There are sometimes I can't even wear shoes because my Achilles is so short at the back, it's so swollen I can't. But my wife's a physical therapist, so she has all type of workouts for me to make the pain a little bit less. But also throughout the years, because I've had that for about 5 years, I have developed, I can deal with the pain. So pretty much I know what the pain means when, like for instance, every time I step on the track, I am in pain for my Achilles, because that's why when I get to the track, I never do I do static warm-up. I do not do any running in any of my workouts until when I step on the track to actually run. So I do, so she has like 15 plan workout for me that I need to do, like to stretch everything. And then I just even when I run at national, I do all these things and I just step on the track. And then my Achilles are feeling okay, that's when I run. But I never like do run through and all that stuff, because if I even do one out strong, I'm done running.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. And so now for my calves, again, I do a lot of workout that helps that. For the hip, so we went to see a doctor for that, and I'm still treating it. There are days that are better than others. So there are days I wake up, Larry, and I decide I'm going to work out, and the hip will not allow me to work out. Mm-hmm. So on that day, I just come, okay, I'm going to take it easy and not do anything, and I will just do something upper body that doesn't require the hip. Same thing for my Achilles. There are days I can barely walk. I tell you, there are days that the Achilles hurt so much I can barely walk. And on those days, I don't try to be macho and run through that. No, that day I just say, okay, today my body tells me that I can't run. And so I will just then try to do something that doesn't include my legs in it, and I go with that. But if you see me sometimes the way I walk at home, like having to hold to stuff, you would say there's no way this guy can run that fast. But the fact is that these are the behind the scene. That happens a lot. But my wife and I, we have been able to find a way that allows me, when I have to run at the big meets, I'm always ready. I have not, give you an example. When I went to national, I had quadruple root canal on that Monday. so 4 root canals on that Monday. And so my wife said the smart thing is not to run the 400 and the 100. So I rested for 4 days, and then I went to Alabama on Friday to run the 200 just on that weekend. But by the time I got to Alabama, I was in good enough shape that I was ready to run, and I ran my fastest time of the year in Alabama. So that was the same week I had quadruple root canals.
Wow.
So yeah, but you have over the years just learn about how to deal with whatever things you have, and then finding a way to find the proper rest. And like I say, my wife is big on making sure the health part and all this. And then she said, no, you're not running the 400 and 100. I said, okay, because I know she knows what she's saying. Yeah. But she said that you might be ready for the 200 if by Thursday you don't have much pain, because I was not taking any painkillers because of drug testing. So even when I did that on Monday, I took no painkillers, no antibiotics, because I didn't want, because I get just like this almost, I feel like every time I go to a big meet, and I take it as a badge of honor, because I say, okay, I must be doing something right for them to want to test me. But I know there was a small risk. The doctor said me, it's small risk if I take painkillers that could affect the blood. So I say, okay, I can muster that. I can do this. So I didn't take any painkillers, and by Friday I was okay, and Saturday I was able to run. So I was happy with that.
Okay, so you obviously are very dialed in with your coach and your training and all of those things. Are you as disciplined with your diet and nutrition?
Oh, absolutely, because I mean that's a big part of it. And when I got married when I was 29, my weight was 151 pounds. And now I weigh between 152 and 155. So I'm still in that same ballpark. I can still wear my wedding suit and all this. So my weight hasn't fluctuated in almost 32 years. And big part of it is because I weigh myself every day. I can make sure that I am staying into that zone. So there are days, so I eat fish about two times a week. I eat white meat about 2 times a week. There are days I just eat salad, but I just kind of regulate to make sure I stay into that ballpark. Drink a lot of water, coconut water. I like coconut water. So I drink a lot of this, but I take no supplements. My whole life, I've never taken one supplement because I don't believe in it, because I believe that, a healthy diet and mostly drinking water is the way to go. I still like coffee. I drink coffee quite a bit because I like that. But the fact is I do not take supplements. But yes, I cook my food myself because I can then have the proper balance of what I need to have in it. I eat smaller portion now that I used to when I was younger because of digesting, to keep us healthy. But I supplement that by taking yogurt. So I will take a drinking yogurt. I will have I'll eat a lot of almonds, stuff like this, just like little healthy snack like this that keeps me going. And then other things that I don't eat past 6 p.m. to make sure that my body is not stuffed and when I go to sleep at night.
Now, do you track macros? Do you have spreadsheets for that type of stuff? Or do you just and then do you focus on protein intake, or do you just kind of eat and what's a balanced meal in your mind?
Balanced me in my mind, and also what my wife tells me to do. Yes, because
that's for everything, right?
Yeah, that's for everything. But like I say, she will kind of tell me, like for instance, beef is not something that goes well with my body. It's like sometimes I really want to eat beef now because that doesn't go well with you. So she can't know like I say, that's the luxury I have, is that I actually just get to run and I let all these things be run somewhere else.
We know that you're doing all this training, eating everything to be fast. And you talked about fast, and we know you were fast when you were young. But I want to know a little bit, it's the time for you to kind of brag a little bit here. You mentioned something about chasing a record. So I want to know, about any records you have, what's your PRs, what kind of championships you have, kind of fill us in on your highlight reel.
Okay. So when I started back seriously with Masters track in 2008, I started, but I was not any good. So 2010, I won a bronze medal in Kamloops in the indoor championship in the 60. And then the year after that, I got a gold medal of the 4x4, the US team outdoor. But really, my career took off in 2015 when I went to Lyon, France, and I went there and I got the silver in the 400. And for me, that was really my coming out party, because I felt like I could actually compete against those guys. I went to the national senior game that same year. I ran a 52, which got me top in the world at that time. That made me believe that I can really compete. Then I got a bunch of national championship, even though when I was in my youth. But in 2016, I won the triple in the 60, 200, and 400, which kind of gave me more belief that, you know, I belong in I think I belong in the elite, but it's a matter of staying there. So I continued to train. I continued to do well. I won a bunch of national championships from that point on. But my highlight came in 2024, which was last year, when I went to Sweden and I won the 100 and the 200, which I was not the favorite to win, but I felt it was my time. I was ready. My training was good, and I felt I was ready. And I got the silver in the 400, which was also good. But that's, I think, for me, when I did so well last year, this was my first individual world championship, because I've won world championship with the relays and all this, which is always great because I love teamwork. But winning individual world, stepping on the podium, hearing the anthem, that was something that is unreal, you know, because you can prepare for it. But when they tell you that you are getting on the podium, getting that gold medal, it's like nothing else exists. It's like a different. So for me, that was so far has been the highlight.
And world champion gold medalist representing United States of America, Francois Boda. Now please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America.
My career, because I didn't think that was going to happen, to be a world champion. Even though people are telling me, you are good, you can do this, but until it happens, it doesn't, it's not real. So my goal now is not to stop there.
Yeah. So, and what was your time there?
In Sweden, I ran 24:26 in the 200, and that was the fastest time, obviously, in the world. And as you know, the record is 24:00. And I've been chasing that since then. I keep coming close, 24:1, 24:3. But for some reason, I cannot get it. And I tell you, it has been something. And I think I'm maybe trying too hard, because in training, I feel I'm ready. But like when I went to Alabama this year, after the root canal and all this, but I was in shape, in good shape. And I thought I was going to break it there. But for the wind was not cooperating, and I think that was part of it. Even in Lyon, the weather didn't cooperate, and I came that close. I don't know, Larry. I don't have the answer, because I keep thinking that I am close enough that I should have a chance. But I now wonder if the window is closed now, because I turn 62 soon. Now I'm going to turn 62, and so I wonder if the window has closed. But I feel good that I really did try to. I trained for it, and I truly believe that I could have done it, but it's not meant to be. And I think I can live with that, because I don't think I took any shortcut to it. But at the end of the day, it just didn't happen.
So at this point, you're 61, you're doing extremely well. What's the motivation to keep going?
You know, winning last year was the motivation. Second, I'm saying that, okay, I have 2 individual world championship. Why not more? So it's now something that I drive only for world championship. So every time I step in training, I'm saying that I am getting ready for the next one, because I don't know, I am addicted to that now in some way. I'm addicted to like continue to push myself, even though I'm going to be older next year when I go to South Korea. But in my mind is that if I train well, at least I have a shot. If I have a shot, I'm good with it, because you know, you have to have a shot to make it happen. And if I go there and I'm in great shape, I'm going to believe that I can do this. So what motivates me is that I want more world championships.
If you could bottle your secret sauce to health and fitness, what would the ingredients to that recipe be?
My recipe will be train your body, not think so much about the running part, but the recipe is that get your body right. And so I would say eat healthy, but also train your body so that it's ready to sustain the type of workout that you want to do. Because you cannot go to the track and say, I'm going to run 39 the 300 today, and your body is not right to do it. So if your body is right, and then you go to the track, you say you're going to run 39, then your mind and your body is in sync. Then you can do things like this. So it's about the body, the body, the body. Get the body right.
All right. I like it. Well, Francois, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today to let us know what makes you an autumn athlete that's not done yet. I'd like to wrap up by just giving you the opportunity to give us some final thoughts.
I've been around a lot of people that as soon as they turn 40, they tell me that, you know what, I'm no longer young. I can't. I hope, and I have many people that tell me, I hope I continue to be an inspiration for people that think that once you turn 40, you turn 50, that, you know, your life's almost over, you can't do this, and that. No, that's not true. Because we always have a shot in life to be whatever we want to be. And we are the one person that can make that happen. So my last word to your audience would be, never stop to believe, but also do the work to make that belief come true.
Well, there you go, folks. Francois Christian Boda. He is definitely an autumn athlete that's not done yet. Remember, keep moving, set your own goals, and train hard to achieve them. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.